What's good, YouTube? It's your boy BossManWann, aka One Yeezy, aka One Doe. And yes, sir, man. Today we are reacting to triggering fans of NBA superstars, man. Now look, I don't like getting triggered, bro. So hopefully he don't come at me too crazy, especially at my guy Jason Tatum and my guy LeBron King James. Also, I gotta put respect on Steph, Chef, so inspirational Curry, bro. Hopefully he don't slander my guys too much. You feel me? Or I'm going crazy. Simple as that. Now look, bro, back straight to the video, but first thing first. Yes, sir, man. Let's get into it.
In this video, I will be triggering fans of every NBA superstar. If you don't get mad at what I say, then you're not a true fan. Prepare your anuses. Giannis Antetokounmpo.
I'm already mad. I'm already triggered. Cause I'm okay. Deep breaths, Juan. Deep breaths. What do you mean prepare my anus? Like, come on, my guy. Why, I'm already triggered at you.
Giannis would be working at Red Robin if he was 6 foot instead of 7 foot. He has no skills and is only effective because he was born with freakish measurables and super athleticism. I get secondhand embarrassment from watching him fail miserably trying to shoot free throws and three-pointers, aka things that require actual skill. Sure, he won a ring last year after LeBron got hurt, AD got hurt, Kyrie got hurt, Harden got hurt, and Kawhi got hurt. He also missed 2 playoff games that his team won without him in the conference finals. Sounds like a real repeatable formula for success. In the end, Giannis is just a glorified version of Thon Maker. Chris Paul. CP3 is a tiny, fragile player with a serious Napoleon complex. He had a golden chance to silence a lot of his critics last year by winning a ring, but he had a 2-0 lead in the finals, but instead he shit down his leg. State Farm doesn't cover that. CP3 is the poster boy for why the eye test is so important. If you just looked at his advanced stats, it could be argued he's the best point guard of all time, but we all know he's absolutely not. We have to listen to the media slurp him for his leadership constantly. You can set your watch to him getting hurt and his teams crashing and burning in the playoffs every year, whether it's blowing a 3-2 lead versus San Antonio in 2008, a 3-1 lead versus Houston in 2015, a 3-2 lead versus Golden State in 2018, or a 2-0 lead versus Milwaukee last year. Also, the Cliff Paul commercials suck. James Harden. James Harden is an absolute fucking disgrace to the game of basketball. His entire effectiveness has always revolved around flailing into an opponent and twerking his body like an IG stripper to get to the foul line. On the rare occasions he isn't hunting for fouls, he slows the game to a halt by dribbling a bunch for no reason than settling for a step-back three-pointer. He actually used to be fun to watch in his early days with OKC, but that was a lifetime ago. People might tell.
I like Harden on the Houston Rockets more than I like Harden on the Thunder. I ain't gonna lie. I damn sure like him on the Houston Rockets more than I like him on the Nets. I despise him on the Nets, bro. You feel what I'm saying? But anyways.
Tolerate his dreadful style of play more if he actually had the titles to legitimize it. But Harden remains one of the biggest playoff chokers in sports history. Both the eye test and the stats show this. Every single year he craps his pants when the lights shine brightest. He's amazing for fantasy basketball and regular season wins, but if you want to win titles, this bearded sack of shit is the last person you want on your team. Nikola Jokic. I love Nikola Jokic and think he's the perfect player. Are his 2 very large brothers done watching now? I don't want them to kill me. Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook might be the single dumbest basketball player of all time. He's never once learned from any of his past mistakes, especially late in games where he just can't help but take an awful three-pointer. Westbrook has 2 things going for him, his athleticism and his motor. He never stops being aggressive on offense, and this can be fun for a little while until you realize opponents want him to take every single shot because he can't fucking shoot. Despite his freakish athleticism, he's not particularly great at finishing around the rim either. He gets a lot of assists, but those are more than canceled out by his insane number of turnovers. He's a great offensive rebounder, but his overall rebound totals are heavily inflated by cherry-picked defensive rebounds. He single-handedly destroyed the value of the triple-double with his stat hunting, and his fans/media believe that getting a triple-double automatically means you played great, even if you shot 35% and had 8 turnovers with it. Russ is also a terrible defender, and in the grand scheme of things, really adds nothing positive to a team. Is he a great player, or does he just have the ball in his hands a lot to accumulate big stats? I lean towards the latter. Carmelo Anthony. If we're going strictly by play on the court, Carmelo hasn't been worthy of the star moniker since at least 2014. But despite his rapid decline, Carmelo still has a large and very loyal fan base, so I'm going to go after him here. I've already called him a top 5 most overrated player ever in one of my previous videos, and I stand by my theory that if his name was something bland and generic like Jeff Jeff Smith or Mike Brown, he wouldn't be nearly as popular. Even at his very best, Carmelo was a high-volume, average efficiency scorer who provided negative value as a passer and defender. He was also terrible in the playoffs outside of a select few years, which is a large reason why he's never come close to winning anything. To his credit, he appears to have finally wised up and embraced his role as a sixth man, but he was never close to as good as his fans wanted him to be, and his style of play isn't conducive to winning. Damian Lillard. We have to hear how loyal Dame is every 2 fucking days because he stayed in Portland and it's insufferable. If Dame wants to stay on his hamster wheel where he does—
Yo, free this man Damian Lillard from the shadows of the Portland Trailblazers, bro. Please, bro. Please, come to my Celtics. Be set free. Come to my Celtics. Win a championship. You know what I'm saying? Because we get Damian Lillard, he will be a championship that following season. And that's facts, bro. Free this man Dame, bro.
Doesn't come close to winning anything, that's his right.
Are
but
done.
Please, nobody outside of Portland cares. Dame is a great regular season player and the RC Cola version of Steph Curry, right down to taking a bunch of 30-plus foot three-pointers every game. Dame has somehow snagged the reputation as a clutch performer despite awful playoff numbers. He will live off of his 2 series-winning shots versus Houston and OKC, and he was great in those 2 first-round series and in 2021 versus Denver, but the rest of his playoff career is exceptionally bad. He's a terrible defender, and this has been a largely overlooked reason for why Portland has never gone far in the playoffs outside of 2019. Unless the NBA starts handing out championship trophies for not running from the grind, Dame will never win anything and be most remembered as a shitty SoundCloud rapper. Anthony Davis.
Wow.
Anthony Davis has a sick sexual satisfaction with the floor, which is why he flops and drops to the ground at least 10 times every game. He also has a fetish for going back to the locker room once every few games with a mild injury. Truth be told, AD is a
that's crazy. He's going, he's wilding. He's wilding, bro. He's going crazy, my man AD, bro. Like AD, we know AD stays hurt, bro, but damn, he's showing his most painful moments. Sheesh. He's showing my man's AD most painful moments and going crazy at this man. Like, he loves staying on the floor. He sees the locker room twice a game, bro. You know what I'm saying? 4 times a game, bro. He going crazy on AD. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't saw that. All I said was AD's fragile as hell and his bones is made out of glass. But this guy's going insanely. He's being insanely disrespectful for AD. Sheesh.
Maddeningly frustrating player. He is physically capable of dominating a game at any point, but he only seems to do so unless begged or shamed into doing it. It's almost like he needs people to criticize him before he tries hard instead of just trying hard. He doesn't have a consistent motor, and this is a big reason why he only made the playoffs 2 times in 7 years with New Orleans. He's 28 years old and in the absolute prime of his career. He should be, at worst, the 2nd or 3rd best player in the NBA. But instead, he's in the lower part of the top 10, if that. If he had the same mindset as Russell Westbrook or Giannis, they would have to fold the NBA. Stephen Curry. Do you hear that? It's just another small forward walking to the podium to accept his Finals MVP award over Steph. It brings me great joy that Steph never won a Finals MVP despite making the NBA Finals 5 straight years at his absolute peak. This is what his toxic fan base absolutely deserves. His fans do nothing but tear down other players and his teammates to give him all the credit, which is a big reason why Kevin Durant left town. It's scarily similar to Tom Brady's cult fan base, and you know how I feel about them. Steph is the biggest front runner in NBA history, but he's been very shaky and nowhere near his best with the game in the balance in the playoffs, particularly in the finals. Remember when he only won in 2015 because Kyrie's kneecap exploded and Cleveland's lineup consisted of LeBron and a bunch of Make-A-Wish kids? Remember when he blew a 3-1 lead in the 2016 finals before running to Kevin Durant in the Hamptons a few weeks later? Remember when he was a distant 3rd best player in 2 finals behind KD and LeBron? Remember when he choked on the last shot in Game 6 of the 2019 finals versus Toronto? Or when he scored just 2 points in overtime of a do-or-die play-in game versus Memphis last year? He still hasn't won a playoff game without Klay Thompson. Sorry, Steph fans, but he'll never be better than LeBron, no matter how badly you want him to be. We know that's a fact.
Kawhi. I thought he was going to... I thought he was really going to speak some crazy stuff that Steph Chef so especially Curry. But when you're that great, what can you say? What much can you say? You feel what I'm saying? So I'm not even mad by what he said, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because Curry got 3 rings, he got 2 MVPs. I believe he got 2 MVPs or 1 MVP. I think he had 2 MVPs. He had 2 MVPs. He's a 3-time champ. He don't got no finals MVPs, but still, when you're that great, bro, it's not much they can say to down you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not mad about what he said, but I'm not even triggered at all, bro. You know what I mean? But if he said something about Tatum, Then maybe, you know what I'm saying? Or King James. We're going to see, though.
Kawhi Leonard. Has any NBA superstar ever had it easier than Kawhi Leonard? He was drafted into the most ideal situation possible in San Antonio, where he didn't start producing superstar numbers until 2017. This didn't stop people from rewriting history and giving Kawhi all the credit for the Spurs winning in 2014 when he was...
I don't know. It might be his voice, though. His voice not triggering. I can't take him seriously. I ain't gonna lie. I can't take his voice seriously, bro. His voice doesn't trigger me. It calms me down. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Sometimes it's about how you speak. And that's not about what you speak. It's about how you speak sometimes. You feel me? So I ain't gonna lie. I ain't really triggered about none of the stuff he's saying because I'm not really fans of these superstars. I like these superstars, but I'm not really fans of them. You know what I'm saying? Steph, so especially Kerr, I'm a fan of his. But he ain't really saying nothing too crazy.
A role player on a loaded squad. He eventually got sick of San Antonio, so he sat out with a mysterious injury and was traded to a title-red team in Toronto, where he gets full credit for the title they won in 2019, even though we all know Toronto only won because Kevin Durant and Klay Thompson got hurt. Kawhi left again that offseason to go to the Clippers, where they blew a 3-1 lead in the second round in 2020 after making commercials bragging about how LA was his city. Then last year he got hurt in the playoffs, and his team still came within 2 games of the finals without him. Simply put, he's always been on great teams. He gets the lion's share of the credit when things go right and almost no criticism when things go wrong. Maybe it's because he's quiet, so the media leaves him alone, but just because he's introverted doesn't mean he's humble. If he was drafted to the Kings instead of the Spurs, he'd just be another good player instead of a superstar. Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant moans when he wipes his ass. If you broke into Kevin Durant's house, he would ask...
What? Nah, that's crazy. Nah, that's crazy. He said, nah, that's crazy. First thing first, he gonna put a Kevin Durant face on a snake, which is completely accurate. You know what I'm saying? That's 110% accurate right there, bro. But he said what? He moans when he wipe his ass. Nah, bro, you gotta chill. That's disrespectful.
Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant moans when he wipes his ass. If you broke into Kevin Durant's house, he would ask you if he could help you break into other people's houses. Kevin Durant is the type of guy who would brag about beating a handicapped kid in a foot race. Do you get my drift? KD is a spineless pussy who ruined the NBA for several years with the most extreme act of cowardice ever displayed by a superstar athlete when he left.
Nah. See, look. I told y'all his voice did not trigger me. But if you're a KD fan, you gotta be triggered. And in some type of way, you must be triggered by what he's saying right now, bro. Ain't no way you're not triggered by what he's saying, bro. Cause he coming at y'all boys crazy. Nah. If you a KD fan, you not mad right now, bro. You not a real KD fan, bro. He talking grimy, bro. He talking greasy. Not gonna lie.
Title caliber team in OKC to join a 73-win Warriors team he just blew a 3-1 lead to in a month prior. He never deserves to be forgiven for this, and I will never let him forget about it. KD still hasn't won a legit title in what is now his 15th NBA season, despite being on very good teams for essentially his entire career. He tried to build another super team in Brooklyn with Kyrie and Harden, but that failed due to injuries and Kyrie being a fucking quack. It brought me immense joy to see KD lose in the second round last year because his big-ass foot was on the 3-point line. He technically has 2 rings and 2 finals MVPs, the same way O.J. Simpson has technically never murdered anybody. It's somewhat tragic, really. A player of KD's immense talents and gifts will never be respected because of his own insecurities, and I love it. Fuck Kevin Durant. Now it's time to trigger fans.
No, you cannot, bro. You can't trigger. I'm not even I'm not even a Kobe fan, but the fact that you know what I'm saying? Nah, ain't no way. But KD, damn, y'all KD fans, y'all gotta be hurt. Y'all gotta be hurt, bro. I'm hurt for y'all boys, bro. But everything he said was kind of facts. Even though he said Kevin Durant would never be respected as one of a great player, Kevin Durant's still a great player to me. Even though he did what he did, he's talented as hell, bro. You feel me? I can't take that away from him. He's talented as hell. You feel what I'm saying? He didn't do what Dame Dollar did. He didn't run for it. Dame Dollar, he said he's not trying to run from the ground, whatever the case may be. Kevin Durant ran from the grind, you know what I'm saying? But he's still a great player. But, hey, what do you guys say about Kobe Bryant? Talk to me. Because this right here, ain't nothing you can say about Kobe Bryant, bro. Go ahead, though. You could try, but let me see. Let's see.
Of some legendary players, starting with Kobe Bryant. Kobe was a chucker who needed the best player in the league, Shaq, as his teammate to win his first 3 rings, and an all-NBA power forward, Pow, to win his last 2. He was selfish as hell, and it's ironic his peak seasons from 2005 to 2007 coincided with the rare times he actually had subpar teammates who didn't bail him out with super clutch shots like Robert Horry and Derek Fisher. Unsurprisingly, those 3 years ended with no playoff series wins. Kobe was obviously an all-time great player, yes, but he is nowhere close to either LeBron or Michael Jordan, despite the fact that he gets consistently lumped in discussions with them. Largely,
he not close to Jordan. He's not close to LeBron James, but he's close to Jordan for sure. He's identical to Jordan. He's Jordan twin for crying out loud, bro. You feel what I'm saying? I don't know about those.
Because he jutted his jaw after made shots and copied all of MJ's mannerisms and speech patterns. This makes him the most overrated player in NBA history. He was also either really bad to mediocre in the majority of his NBA Finals appearances. If he wasn't drafted by the Lakers...
Yo, ISO J, appreciate the freaking follow, my boy.
Wouldn't be considered a legend he is today. His fans are just as bad. If he wasn't drafted by the Lakers, he wouldn't be considered a legend he is today. His fans are just as bad as Brady and Steph fans, a delusional cult that attacks people who tell the truth about their favorite player. Rest in peace, Kobe and Gianna Bryant. Michael Jordan.
Nah, bro. Ain't no way you said all that and then... I gotta rub my beard on these. I gotta rub my beard very, very gently on these, bro. Cause yeah. You're bugging out, my boy. You're bugging out. Now I don't know if you're saying this to you. Obviously, you're saying this to trigger people, but are you being dead ass? Cause I think he's being completely dead ass when he says this, bro. I know he's trying to trigger us, but he's being dead ass by trying to trigger us. You feel me? But like I told you, boy, I'm not a Kobe fan, you know what I'm saying? I respect Kobe highly, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying, especially what happened, cause you know what I'm saying, you got to put more respect on Kobe's name, especially what happened, you feel me? But his career is still his career, bro, and he had one of the greatest ones ever. He had one of the, can we agree on those? He had one of the greatest careers ever, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Sheesh, I don't know about that. Let me know how Kobe fans feel about that, bro.
Trying to tear down a guy who won 6 rings, 6 Finals MVPs, 5 MVPs, and has the highest scoring average in regular season and playoff history is an almost impossible task. Almost being the key word. Thankfully for you all, I'm a psychopath who enjoys poking holes in players' careers. First off, MJ's competition was disgustingly bad compared to today. His opponents were mostly plumbers and off-duty firefighters who wouldn't even make a G League roster now. This is just a fact, alright? Just like how the average players in the 1990s were better than the 1960s, the average player in the 2020s is better than the average player in the 1990s.
Facts. Why can't everybody agree to that? That's facts.
Also, the fact that MJ played on well-built teams in his prime that were good enough to still win 55 games without him. I would not be doing my trolling duties if I didn't mention how MJ not only never won a title or a playoff series in his 5 years without famous cuck Scottie Pippen as a teammate, he never even had a winning season without Scottie.
Finally, it's not only me. All you MJ fans, all you MJ is better than GOAT James fans. GOAT James is not better than MJ, bro. All you MJ GOAT fans, open your ears. Are y'all hearing this? Please open your freaking ears. Do y'all hear what this man is talking about right now? Cause it's not coming from me no more. Every time I say it, y'all don't want to hear it. But so hopefully y'all can hear it when it's coming from somebody else, like this guy right here. Do y'all hear what is going on? He brought up the stats as well. He bringing up the stat. It's right in front of your face. It's right in. MJ's a GOAT, but LeBron's a bigger GOAT. That's all I'm gonna say. You got LeBron at number 1 and MJ at number 2, respectfully. And it's right in front of your face. That's all I'm gonna say.
without famous cuck Scottie Pippen as a teammate. He never even had a winning season without Scottie. The GOAT couldn't lead a team to a winning record without Scottie by his side, huh? Say it ain't so, folks. I might be known as an MJ hater, but I have nothing but respect for his talents, unlike that cheating fraud bitch Tom Brady. LeBron James. We conclude with my favorite player of all time, but don't worry, I'm not biased, and nobody, not even LeBron, is safe from my wrath. The first 7 years of LeBron's career were mostly wasted by an incompetent front office and bad teammates. That much is true. But it still doesn't excuse the fact that he was awful in the 2007 finals versus the Spurs, largely bad in the 2008 playoffs versus Boston until...
This guy said he was bad in the 2007 finals. Dude was 22 carrying a bunch of nobodies, literally. You can't name the bench of that team. You can't name one person off the bench. You can't even name the head coach of the Cleveland Cavaliers in 2007. Can you? LeBron was 22 years old. Yo, they want to be perfect.
Game 7, and flat out quit over the last 3 games versus Boston in 2010. But none of these moments hold a candle to the absolute disgraceful showing he had in the 2011 finals versus Dallas after he ran to Miami to build a super team. LeBron's 2011 finals remain the worst choke job by a superstar in any sport ever. He played so bad and so hesitant it made me embarrassed to be a fan of his. He finally broke through to win a ring in a lockout year in 2012, then Ray Allen bailed him out during another disappointing finals performance in 2013. In 2014, he played mostly passive in a historical blowout loss versus the Spurs. In 2015, he had a legit excuse with teammate injuries, but still shot under 40% for the series. In 2016, he got lucky versus the Warriors as they choked and Kyrie hit the game-winning shot in Game 7, while LeBron went quiet in the last 4 minutes. In 2017, he sucked in the fourth quarter of a crucial Game 3 loss, and in 2018, he went scoreless in overtime of Game 1, then hurt his team by breaking his hand after the game. He missed the playoffs in his first year in the Western Conference in 2019, and only won in 2020 because of the bubble. In 2021, with fans back in the stands, he played hesitant and lost in the first round. You can't trust him at the foul line late in close games, and it speaks volumes that his career-defining play is a block on Iguodala that didn't even seal the game. For all that LeBron has accomplished, he doesn't have any game winners in the NBA Finals like MJ had. If I had the choice between LeBron and MJ to make a shot to save my life, I would pick MJ.
Simple as that. Okay. Whatever. Game you know what I'm saying? Okay, whatever you say. But hey, man, that's the. Are y'all triggered? Did y'all get triggered at least one time? Let me know what the business is, man. Did I get triggered? I got triggered at least once, I guess. Not too crazy, but you know what I'm saying. I felt something in my system. You feel what I'm saying? Let me know if y'all got triggered, and if y'all agree on what he said. Some things I agree on. Some things was I don't know a stretch. But hey, man, that's in the video. Hope y'all enjoyed. If y'all did, make sure to like, comment, subscribe to your boy.